Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
And there you have it, folks, a welcome introduction to thestable.ca, and we've got Anthony MacDonald with us on hand to talk about thestable.ca. Anthony, thanks so much for being part of our Friday night broadcast before. I know you've done this before with us, but it's time for a little bit of a refresher here. And for the people out there who are not familiar with thestable.ca and fractional ownership, let's get into it a little bit here. It's grown by leaps and bounds. You established this organization 3 years ago, but what inspired you to do it?
Honestly, I hesitate from saying it, but it was actually politics that inspired me to do it. It was my time, and I had a short foray into politics, and the information I gathered knocking on people's doors, and that's the most important thing, is that it's easy to gather information. When you're looking at somebody in their doorway, the information we gathered about what the general public thought about horse racing, that's invaluable, and that's the information I gathered over 2.5 years. And from that, it formed really the pillars, if you will, of thestable.ca.
Okay, well, it is a tremendous undertaking, and it's really gotten big by leaps and bounds. Like I said, you're the fastest-growing fractional ownership group, I guess, in harness racing or whatever. But I want you to explain that, because some people are still a little bit confused about what the fractional part is. You mean I don't own the whole horse, I own a piece of the horse? Explain that a little bit further.
Well, I mean, the one thing we found was when I asked people at the door, you know, what kept you from the races? Most people said it was because they didn't gamble on horse racing, but the biggest thing about horse ownership was the cost. So how do you combat the cost of owning a horse? And we simply spread it over a large group of people. So we broke it down into 100%. 1% is one share of a horse, and we allowed people to buy up to as much as they wanted or as little as they wanted. And by breaking it down in that manner, it made it affordable. And really, to be truthful, this is the only sport really that you can have participation for the cost of admission, and that's really what it is.
Okay, I want you to give me dollars. I call you tomorrow, I say I want to get involved. How much are you going to tell me it's going to cost me? What do I have to write a check to you for?
So it depends. Every horse is a different price amount. Let's say you had an average horse of $20,000. Your initial payment would be $200, and your bill every month would be $25.75 plus taxes. We do have those in Canada also. So yeah, it would be $25. So every month you would get a bill for $27 or $28 Canadian. That's like, what, $4 American, and that would be your bill every month from thestable.ca.
Well, like I said, you've only been in existence with this for about 3 years. Has its overwhelming success surprised even you?
It did. You know, everybody says, geez, what you're doing is great for the industry. You know, truthfully speaking, I built thestable.ca to stay out of the poorhouse myself. I mean, you could see it. I'd stepped away and lost any market share I had as far as a mediocre driver, and it was really a make-work program at the time, and the way it was set up, yeah, it surprised me. I thought if we got 30 or 40 people involved, by today's standards, that would be incredible. You know, we're creeping up quickly on 600 clients in 11 countries. I never saw that coming. No.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the real numbers here. These are astounding. How many horses do you have in training? And you said 600 clients?
600 clients in 11 countries. We have 144 horses. We have 79 babies that are going to hit the track on Sunday at our open house.
Now, you're based at Tomiko Training Center up in Ontario here, and you've got that little shindig, I like to call it, coming up on Sunday. It's the Christmas open house. You've been broadcasting it and marketing it tremendously. So tell us what's going to happen there on Sunday.
So it's going to be like a miniature race card. You know, the thing I said to you off air was the most incredible thing was that caught me off guard the last 2 years is the amount of people that come across the border. You know, for us in Ontario, that's a big deal. For anybody, it's a big deal. When you can draw people, not just out of their homes, not just out of their state, but out of their country, to come across the border and watch horses virtually jog around the track. These are babies that have only been broke 2, 3, 4 weeks in most cases. They're only really going 3-minute miles or so. For people to come across the border and spend a weekend in Ontario at the stable.ca, come to the races on Saturday night, it's just a group setting, and that's the thing that shocked me the most, was how these people form this tough group, and everybody watches everybody else's horse grow. It's turned into a community, and it's really, really cool.
So how many horses are you actually going to have zipping around there on Sunday?
79. We're going to have 79 babies hit the track at Tomiko Training Center.
And it'll take how long?
4 days. No, it'll take about 4.5 hours, I think. We'll have them all done. Exactly what you're seeing. This is our drone footage from last week. It'll look much like this. You know, people we'll have the snow the same as we had there, and we're gonna have 79 babies. So they'll be in sets of 8, which probably in hindsight might not be the safest thing, but all these horses seem pretty good. They've been in sets so far, so we don't expect any catastrophes.
Yeah, they've had a little practice. That definitely does make a difference. Now, if the people can't get to the farm, and I'm going to ask you how many people you think are going to be there, how can they watch this? Because you have your website and you have an app.
We have an app, and the coolest thing with the app is what we're going to be able to do with the app. And obviously, you know, when you talk about shrinking the industry, that's a bad thing. But we're trying to shrink the entire industry, where it doesn't matter whether you own a horse in New Zealand and you watch it race in Ontario, the coverage that we give you is going to be sufficient where you feel entertained. You feel that value for entertainment. So we're going to have probably 200 to 300 people, you know, in the freezing cold.
On a cold.
Yeah, a cold day, on a Sunday nonetheless, at Tomiko Training Center. If you can't be there, go on the app. You can download our app at the stable.ca in both Samsung and iPhone. Or you can go to our site, thestable.ca, and there'll be a link on there. You can watch them all live if you just want to stay indoors and drink a lot of hot chocolate and watch the sets. And yeah, the program, you can download the program. It's on Facebook, it's on our app, it's on our site, and you can see all the pedigrees of all these horses we're going with also, which a lot of our clients and people that aren't our clients find really interesting to be able to see what we actually did at the sales this year and how they look on the track.
All right, now you know Ken Workington and I are big hockey fans. I want to wish you a lot of luck with the open house on Sunday. But you've made an affiliation with a hockey team up in Canada. Give me the story behind the Brampton Beast.
So the Brampton Beast is a filly that Daryl Kaplan came to me and said he had this filly. Would you guys be interested in retaining it? Now, the beauty also about the stable is that for some of these breeders, if they want to stay involved, you know, you can't go to the sell your horse and stay involved, but you can at the stable. And Daryl wanted to retain a piece of this filly he was pretty proud of. And his brother, Kerry, approached us and said, hey, what about having something to do with a little crossover between our hockey team and your stable? And it was Daryl and Kerry and one of our guys, Justin Van Dale, worked it out where we sent out the press release and did some videos. It worked out really well. It gives us an opportunity to be involved with the Brampton Beast so that all their fans can see what we do and vice versa also. So it's working out really well so far.
Okay, I want to give you a little credit for some of the success you had this past racing season. Let's talk about Lawmaker for just a second here. How much fun was it to campaign that horse on the Grand Circuit and then end up in the Hambletonian?
It's incredible. I mean, everybody dreams about being in these races. And again, we didn't start the stable to be in the Hambletonian. Obviously, we wanted to be, but to think that we could go from nothing to the Hambletonian in 3 years is pretty incredible. And I have to be honest, we worked very hard on Lawmaker, but Andrew Harris did a fantastic job with him when he was here in the U.S. and has done a great job with our horses throughout the time he's had them. And, you know, you guys know, because you saw what was on your roof.
Yep.
You know, for the people out there, I said to somebody, they said to me, they said, well, you know, the horse made a break. It must have been pretty depressing. I said, listen, we had over 100 clients on the roof. None of them jumped off. They were just fine.
Sure.
We all had a lot of fun. And, you know, to be at the Hambletonian and be involved in that, it's really tremendous.
All right, I know you've logged 1 million miles in travel over the last season, including a trip to New Zealand to speak to some people. But listen, before we let you go, how do people get in touch with you again if they want some more information on the stable or if they want to know more about you and your program?
Listen, I always say it. It's as easy as it can be to get a hold of me. You can. My phone number was on your the front there. Anthony at thestable.ca. You can go to the Contact Us link. That button takes your email to my phone. And the phone number on that site is my phone that was here also. So it's really easy to get a hold of us. Listen, you talk about hockey. I didn't tell you this. One of our clients is Doug Gilmore.
There you go.
And he reached out to us pretty easy also, and so did Ricky Vive. It's easy to get a hold of us, the stable, but we want to get a hold of everybody. And when it comes to the Brampton Beast or going to New Zealand or going to Australia this winter potentially,
yes,
it's all about trying to connect everybody together. This is a great community, and we severely have underestimated our value, and I think people in the near future are going to see exactly what the value is of horse racing to the general public, and I think this is the way to do it.
All right, well, Anthony, thank you so much for being part of our broadcast tonight. We always want to keep up with the status of the stable.ca. Good luck on Sunday, and have a great day. Thanks for being
very much.
here.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, when we come back, Pete Kleinhans will take over that air chair, and we will do some handicapping and analyze our feature races on this 9-race Friday card. Thanks to Anthony and the stable.ca. We'll be right back after this.